What's going on, Chessbox Worldwide? We are kicking off our coverage of the 2025 FIDE Chess World Cup with a jaw-dropping round 1 knockout. On one side, we have the local hero Grandmaster Nagi Abugenda from Libya. And on the other, the generational talent Grandmaster Yagiz Kaan, the youngest 2600 in history. The stage was set for a tense battle, but what we got is a 28-move bloodbath that ended with an epic forced checkmate. Watch as the young Turkish Grandmaster executes his opponent with a frightening precision after a single misstep. This is how a chess prodigy punishes a mistake on the world stage. This is the center of global chess. If you love watching these high-stakes clashes, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment to support the channel. And in the white pieces, Grandmaster Nagi Abugenda from Libya played a4, and the generational talent Grandmaster Yagiz Kaan a6, the French defense, d4, d5, e takes d5, e takes d5, the French defense exchange variation, bishop d3, knight c6, hitting on the pawn which is on d4, c3 defending the pawn, bishop d6, h3, taking control of the g4 square, knight comes to e7, queen f3, with a short castling from the Grandmaster, knight e2. He played knight g6. In this position, Grandmaster went on and baited the Grandmaster, and he played pawn h4. But however, queen h5 should have been considered in case of knight e7, short castling, with a more playable dynamic position. But however, after knight g6, he played h4, baiting the Grandmaster to take the pawn on h4. For example, in the case of knight takes h4, the game is lost. For example, queen h5, the bishop is hitting on a pawn which is on h7, the rook is also putting an eye on the knight which is on h4, and in the case of knight g6, queen takes h7 would be checkmate. That's why after h4, the Grandmaster played rook e8, pinning the knight against the king, and now also remember the pawn which is on h4 is hanging. So in this position, Grandmaster Abugenda went on and played g3. But however, bishop g5 should have been considered, and in case of f6, bishop comes back to d2. Weaknesses have been created around the king. But however, after rook e8, he played g3, defending the pawn which is on h4, and it was in this position that Grandmaster played the best move in the position. Either of the knights can always sit on the square which is e5, and the Grandmaster indeed went for that. He played knight e5, sacrificing the knight. Pawn takes knight, then we see knight takes e5. The knight is attacking the bishop and the queen. Queen takes pawn on d4, played the best continuation. He played bishop e6, hitting on the queen. And remember also the pawn on b7 is untouchable because you'll be hanging the bishop which is on d3. Bishop takes h7 would have been tried. Bring back the queen either on d1. The king can always be coming to f1. But however, he played queen e4, trying to hang on the bishop. And we see f5 instantly by the Grandmaster. In this position, he played queen e3. And the Grandmaster played bishop d5, hitting on the rook and also securing the f3 square for the knight. Remember also the knight can always give discoveries because of the rook which is sitting here on the e file. In this position, Grandmaster, because of the too much pressure amounting on him, he went and played king f1. But however, short castling should have been considered. Knight f3 check, queen takes f3, bishop takes f3. But however, in this position, he played, after bishop d5, he played king f1, and Grandmaster played bishop takes h1, taking the rook. And in this position, he went on and played bishop takes f5. But however, knight f3 should have been considered. And in case of knight takes d3, queen takes d3, and after bishop takes a3, queen c2. But however, after bishop h1, he played bishop takes f5, and now we see bishop c5 hitting on the queen. And remember also, the queen has opened up a path to go ahead and play queen d1, which is checkmate. And in this position, Grandmaster went on and played queen g5, blundering the whole game and entered into mate. But however, queen d2 should have been tried. In case of queen f6, remember the bishop and the queen are looking at the f2 square. So queen c2 defending the bishop, g6, and now you see that after bishop comes to g5, queen takes f5, queen takes f5, g takes f5, knight d2 with a playable position. But however, after bishop c5, he played queen d5, and we see queen d1, checkmate. Grandmaster went on to win the game comfortably. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you the best of luck in your games.